Imagine you apply for a welfare benefit, a loan, or even a visa, and get rejected. Not by a person, but by a system. No explanation. No appeal. No clear reason why. That's not tomorrow's world, it's today's. Governments are quietly experimenting with AI systems that can design, test, and even evolve policies. They promise speed and efficiency, but they also raise a profound question. When algorithms start shaping the rules that govern us, who's really in charge? In this episode, we'll explore how AI is already influencing government decisions, from transport planning to climate policy, and what happens when those systems go wrong. You'll see how bias gets uncovered, who holds power when algorithms make the rules, and why accountability, transparency, and consent aren't optional. They're the foundation of democracy in the age of AI. Some of this technology already works remarkably well. In Singapore, AI helps the Land Transport Authority predict and manage urban congestion before it happens. The European Union's Destination Earth project is building a digital twin of the planet, a simulation that can test climate and environmental policies in real time. In Japan, AI systems analyze real-time data to help local governments respond faster during earthquakes and other disasters. These tools can pinpoint damage zones, guide evacuations, and even predict tsunami impact within seconds. These systems save time, cut costs, and can uncover insights no human team could manage alone. What separates these successes from disasters? Transparency, human oversight, and democratic accountability. Because when those safeguards are missing, things go wrong. And when they fail spectacularly. In 2020, the Netherlands child care benefits algorithm falsely accused thousands of families of fraud. It disproportionately targeted parents with dual nationality or low incomes. Lives were destroyed, careers lost, and the entire government eventually resigned. In the United States, predictive policing systems like Compass were found to label black defendants as high risk, at twice the rate of white defendants, not because of behavior, but because of biased historical data. And in the UK, the A-level grading algorithm downgraded thousands of students, favoring schools with strong past results rather than individual merit. Within days, protests forced the government to scrap it entirely. What's striking is how these failures were uncovered. Not by the systems themselves, but by people. In the Netherlands, it took years of investigative journalism by Trouw and RTL News, and the persistence of parents who refused to be silenced. In the US, it was ProPublica reporters who reverse-engineered the Compass model to expose its bias. And in the UK, students themselves, sharing their stories online, turned outrage into reform. Here's what makes oversight even harder. Many of these systems are proprietary, owned by private companies, their inner workings protected as trade secrets. Governments become dependent on tools they don't fully understand, making decisions they can't fully explain. When algorithms are opaque, human resistance becomes the only feedback loop. The truth emerges not because the system confesses, but because citizens demand answers. That's why accountability, transparency, and consent matter. Accountability means knowing who is responsible when things go wrong, not hiding behind the complexity of the system. Transparency means being able to see and question how decisions are made, because democracy depends on scrutiny. And consent means people must agree to how they are being governed, not just accepted by default. AI systems learn from data, and that data reflects human history, with all its flaws and inequalities. When bias is baked in, AI doesn't just repeat it, it amplifies it. It gives prejudice, the appearance of precision. In many cases, these systems are deployed without proper equality impact assessments, without anyone asking, who might this harm, before it goes live. The bias is discovered only after the damage is done. That's why these principles, accountability, transparency, and consent, aren't bureaucratic niceties. They are the safeguards of democracy in an algorithmic age. Some jurisdictions are getting this right. The EU's AI Act requires transparency for high-risk systems. New York City now mandates algorithmic impact assessments. These aren't radical demands. They're basic democratic standards applied to new technology. The promise is efficiency. The peril is opacity. We can use algorithms to help us design better, fairer policies. But if we ever let them decide for us, without oversight or consent, we risk turning democracy into data. So ask yourself, when policy is evolved, not designed, when decisions about your life are made by systems you can't see or question, who voted for that? And more importantly, what are you going to do about it? The next time your government announces a new smart system or digital transformation, ask 3 questions. Can you see how it works? Who's responsible if it fails? And did anyone ask if you wanted it? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more futures.